Well, it's been a while since I've been able to print, so I haven't posted any videos lately. But this is my most recent, um, after a little bit of calibration, my first real major long-term print. This is going for about, I don't know, probably 4 hours. And I'm just printing an X motor end for a Prusa i3 because I've got a few sets to finish. So this is going to be the first, and I'm just doing it at 0.2 millimeter layers, 200 micron. And some of the things that have been happening is, let's see, well, I cleaned up the wires a little bit on my end stop, so you can see there it's just a little heat shrink wrap on there, and then as you can see, the X carriage, I'm using PLA bushings instead of loud ball bearings, linear bearings, because the LM8 you use were, well, on the one hand a little bit rattly, and they weren't, I got a new set and they were just a bad fit. I think they must have been used or messed up or something, and I think that whatever lubricant I used with them on the rods at some point might have harmed the plastic inside of them, so I switched it back out to PLA bushings, and I like them. They're nice and quiet. It took a while to get them to be a little loose, but the X motor is strong enough to move them, even though they're a little bit tight. So yeah, overall I'd say it's being really stable now. I had an issue where the Y end stop became loose. One of the wires broke or something, and so I was really confused. Oh, the y-axis will only move in one direction. It will only move forward, and I figured, oh no, the electronics are fried. I checked everything except for the end stop, and I thought the electronics might be screwy, so I was like, well, I'll move the y-axis stepper driver over to E2, because probably that one's fine. Because, well, I guess E0 and E1, so I moved over to E1, which wasn't in use. That would be the motor, the stepper driver for a second extruder motor, if there was one. Yeah. And I didn't have one, so I just put it in that spot. And when I changed the firmware to use the new position, I forgot to tell it not to also use it for E2 or E1. So what happened was some electronic signals got sent to the stepper driver and fried it. So I had to wait for new stepper drivers to arrive before I could start printing again. So that finally arrived. I put it in, put the firmware all back the way it was, because it was, after all, the Y end stop. Fixed up the Y end stop so it's much prettier and more sturdy now. It's not going to break. And I'm getting really good results. The other thing I had was an issue with the power plug. If I was using the bed heat, which I'm not right now, but I did use it a little earlier, if I heated up the bed, the power plug would start to get melty and even smoke occasionally. So there was some kind of loose connection in the power plug, so I messed with the power plug a bit, stuck a couple of toothpicks in there to kind of make it tighter in that particular plug, which had been a bit melted anyway. Earlier I was using the bed and it seemed okay, but I want to ultimately get a new Eurostyle plug and fix that up. But yeah, at the moment I'm very happy with the way the Prusa is behaving, and I want to try doing some more printing directly on glass, because it's easier to pop off parts. But this one's doing all right. It started out at 70 Celsius, so it got stuck on there pretty good, and then I switched the heat off. Yeah, overall, very happy. So anyway, time for me to go out and get some food for me and the cat. So I'll be continuing to refine. Also, I can say I'm very happy with the geared stepper motor, but I must say it is very hot to the touch at this rate. With 0.2 millimeter layers, you can go a bit faster because it's not pushing as much filament, but you can see if it goes about this rate, it's right about the edge of where I'd want to run it without a fan on it. So I'm thinking what I'll probably do is maybe make some kind of thing which the fan can mount on, and it'll blow, basically have little passages in it. One will blow over the motor, and then another one will come down around and blow onto the nozzle, the upper part of the nozzle, and then I'll have one last outlet that blows to the bottom part of the nozzle. And hopefully between the three of them, those little, once I've got it built, everything will work nicely. Right now with the fan kind of on a hinge, I thought that would work pretty well, but as it turned out I kept tweaking the Tweety extruder a bit. This is my designed extruder, and as I've been tweaking it, I kept putting the fan closer and closer to the motor, and I realized that that's about the highest angle I can get on the fan to blow onto the nozzle for PLA, which I wanted to blow down a little bit. So again, I could put a duct on there and fix that up. So I might do that in the meantime. Maybe just make a simpler duct design. Right now I have a duct that just sort of funnels the air to a narrower, so it won't, come out on the sides of the fan, like this side. On this side, it'll just come out straight and go directly to the target. And I think that would work. That would work well. If I really want to ever, get the nozzle to cool, I can blow the fan up like that, and that cools the top of the nozzle really well. And then I can do this to get it to blow forward, but I can't go any higher than that to get it to blow downward. So that's an option. And I suppose, well, one alternative might, I guess the motor kind of has to be at that angle. I'd like it if the wires could be out of the way, so then I might be able to do it. But anyway, that's the latest update on this particular i3. Printing some part sets, going to put them up on eBay, and then I've got some other things to print because my friend who's building a DeltaBot, which we started probably, I don't know, April or May, maybe even June, sometime in the summer. It's now almost the end of the year, just after Christmas, and that's still not done, so I think we need to, and I've been trying to get parts to him from here while he's in Massachusetts and I'm in Seattle, and sending stuff back and forth and trying to get the designs right has just been too much of a hassle. So he's going to send it here, and I'm going to be finishing the build on that, and I'll just print parts as needed here in PLA or ABS as needed, and then in the end we'll have a nice DeltaBot, and I'll make some videos as I finish that so we can see how the DeltaBot comes out. And it's kind of his own custom design, but DeltaBots, as long as they're triangular and the rods are about the right length, then they should come out fine. In any case, you can see it's not going up in flames. You can see my box is kind of falling apart because I super glued it. So I might try to print another ramps box with a slightly different design that doesn't require so much glue. And as you can see, tape. It works well enough, but yeah, better is better. So anyway, till next time.